Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. I missed y'all. What y'all been doing? I'm doing wonderful today. I don't want to go to work, but I gotta go. But I'm grateful to have something. Um, where I'm at, it's just been raining, so the weather makes you sleepy. So, but it's just been a lot of craziness going on. Um, Yesterday, I just did a little bit of errands, and it's just been very, very crazy. Very crazy. Um, we're doing ASHANTI makeup first, and I want to talk about. First, I want to talk about the controversy on TikTok of the stud teacher, and it just kind of just shows that where we're going in life. Uh, I didn't like that while you're going to a place where you're teaching education, why you have to wear a big chain. That was simply a red flag. Are you going to teach? Are you trying to be in a music video? You know, um, and people say, oh, she like a student. Like a student, whatever the case may be. You're not trying to get validation from young kids. You're there to teach them. I don't know what the subject was that you're supposed to teach. I don't know if it's history or writing, but don't be going to a school to like you ripping the runway. That's not what it's about. And that's why a lot of people hire used to hire older people to teach. But since this pandemic, all of these kids are out of control. A lot of them just say, you know what? Since y'all don't want to take accountability to control them, or we can't do things, we can't, fight back, and they want to get out of hand. So we're just going to retire early, and y'all can do what y'all want. Okay? Um, it's sad because you don't have a lot of teachers now that wants to teach, and then they don't pay. So you have teachers that's in the strip club coming, and You also have teachers that want to dress sexualized going to school. Is that very hurtful? Yes. I remember at the time it was just about being professional. It wasn't about you trying to show your body. I think there was one teacher, I think my 11th or 12th grade year. Um, she was pretty. She was young. But she was smart. But she dressed like she, was young. And I think she did get in trouble. I don't know how long she stayed after I graduated. Um, but she was pretty. I passed her class. I was good. But the guys really liked her. They go to class. Oh, you seen her? She's pretty. She's young. But that's not the case. That's why most. It's not about jealousy. It's about us paying attention of the subject that we're learning from. And it can be a big distraction because people go to school or go to their class for the wrong reason. And they don't learn. Some of them do learn. Some of them just don't. But I was just worried about passing my class. I wasn't worried about all that. I'm just like, let me just get up out of here and just go. But and you looking at you recording students. You know you weren't supposed to do that because it looked like you was hiding your phone. You just don't do that. You don't record students. I don't know what's then got into people want to record other students, other people for what? That's supposed to be your time to understand what you're teaching and understand as a teacher. And you talking about some cheese. Let me get about it because these students know you trying to get with them young girls. And that's why you got fired. I don't know why y'all think y'all post something on a separate account. You have your username, you have your cell phone number, you have an address. Anything that's linked together is going to automatically pop up and they do a background check on you. So I don't know why. And then you're dressing inappropriate on your TikTok, showing your boxers and showing a strap. What kind of mess is that? Who you trying to get validation from? You don't do that. If you're gonna be a teacher, be a teacher. Stop trying to show. I don't know why people have to have validation. Hi, Earl. Have you seen about that stud that was a teacher that's going viral and she's recording? That's just crazy. A lot of people just, I don't know, just losing their mind. But we living in the last days anyway. It's just unfortunately sad that people just, I don't know. Yes, it's crazy about that stud substitute teacher. That's why I was trying to put in yeah. You don't do stuff like that. I saw yesterday, and she apologized, but you don't do stuff like that. Sit down. Hey, Astron Star. But yeah, you just don't do that. I don't know what is wrong with society in general. Everybody's two-faced and people not. I don't care. A lot of people just don't come together. A lot of people think that they better than one another, especially in the black community, supposedly black community. Um, people just and people get. That's why I want to talk about these content creators too, right? They use all their subscribers' money, right? and they go overseas. Oh, can y'all help me? Ask for your cash out. I mean, they be asking, well, I have cash out. I never asked. I know in the beginning I did, but I stopped that. People was telling me I was begging. And the reason why I was saying my cash app name, because a lot of people were asking me. They didn't read my bio. I said I leave it in my bio. They never read it, right? So I said, okay. I put it on my live so nobody had to keep asking me consistently. I said, if you want, you can volunteer. So I just stopped in general. Now you go to these other content creators, and this will be making me mad because they give out the gossip and all of that. And it just made me look stupid, dumbfounded, because it's like, wow, oh, if they ask for money, oh, it's okay. But I don't really ask for much, but I'm a problem. And I just stopped asking because I didn't want people to get that in the wrong way. I wanted everybody to buy my merch. That's what's the thing about it. I make my own merch. But, you know, a lot of people just didn't. I said, okay, that's fine. But the thing is, when people do that, I question. I'm like, oh, they can go buy a Beyonce concert. Oh, they can go buy it on expensive makeup. And, it's your money, but it's just like, this is a job too for me. And y'all asking me to do certain makeup, and I said yes, if y'all want to volunteer, because makeup is not cheap. It's not cheap. Can you make a custom t-shirt? If I had the money to have the machines, because they had the machines. I saw the girl a long time ago on YouTube, because I want to make my own shirt. So you got to have the right printer for um the shirt and stuff. Back then when stuff wasn't so much money, I get your own shirt. I think you got these little fabric transfer pictures you can do. Um, but I did make my own shirt on this platform. I just made my own picture. I put it together. But, I got my own, I had my own hoodie customized, but nobody's not buying. So I just said, okay, well, I tried, and then trying to get with these brands is definitely hard. These companies are really picky. When I mean really picky, they are really, really, really picky. Um, Trying to get in with Sephora is a challenge. People have who they want, you know, and I just feel like it's kind of redundant, because I'm like, give people a chance to be out there. But I don't know. It's just really hard. I'm good, 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 good. But but yeah, so I just feel like people have who they want to give support to, and I feel like it's just not fair to me. I work hard. I do as much, but I just feel like I always been outcasted, and people always say it's not about you, or this and this and that, and it is about me. I'm putting in the hard work. I always have put in work, always helping people, and sometimes I feel like I'm not, if I'm going to achieve in life. And that's why I'm not mad at these content creators, but I just be saying they be getting over on y'all. They go get their hair done. They just be traveling. I mean, they just go buy all this Louis Vuitton, Apple, and then I was just going through a lot because I wanted to create content with other content creators. People pretend, oh yeah, I would love that. Next thing you know, mm-mm. I just don't know what it is about me why people do me the way they do. But they want to be nosy of what I'm doing or how I do things, and you know, it's always been that I'm too good to be around you type of attitude. But I can get content or copy you, but too good to help me, or and that's why I feel like I'm behind, because a lot of people did not want me to succeed, and they didn't want to help me in jobs and such, and people like, oh well, you gotta do that on your own. Okay, I have done it on my own. I have done my research. I have asked for people for help. I have asked a helping hand. I just get tired of people thinking that I'm just sitting on my behind all day. No, it's not. I mean, no, I'm not. I'm not doing that. People just get intimidated. I can't help my light or whatever you want to call it. I can't help that. And it's kind of sad to me because it's like, especially our black people, we don't like to see each other doing good at all. So we just tend to be very negative and throw shade, hatred, just negativity. So I just like, I just be like, wow, you know. But the thing that I can do is for me to be completely honest with you all. Content creation is not easy because you have to find what your audience will love. Like today, I will be talking about Krishan Rock and Bino. I'm not really into the celebrity gossip, but that's what you guys like. That's what you guys watch. So I would do um, a reaction to it, what everybody been saying about it. I don't be into all that. I really don't. But that's what you guys like. It's the messy, the drama, the celebrity gossip. Because when I do post makeup, natural, it's just a lot of people just don't be into that no more. People just love the drama. So what I can do is let you guys watch it and see what y'all think. And then I do talk about my honest reactions about, you know, the cost of makeup is so expensive. A lot of people just are not buying. And then with this algorithm with YouTube, you can't guarantee it. Because one minute you can be all the way up there, then the next minute you can be all the way back down. So, you know, if you can't guarantee anything and you have to tread very lightly. So, I just hate when people try to doubt you because they feel like you don't know anything, you're dumb and you're not trying to do anything. And that's what I don't like, when people trying to upfold over me, because you don't know me. You don't know what I went through. You don't know what I have been trying to do. And yes, there were jobs in the past that people had offered me, but the thing is the transportation. Because people said, well, you got to try and this and that. I know how it is. I'm not finna get stuck somewhere. That always have happened to me. Like, I always listen to people and then something don't go right. Always. That happened with me in college. The girl was like, oh, take these 4 classes so you can, hurry up and graduate. And she pretended she was going to help me. She never did. She lied. I failed one class, so I had to drop out of that class and do that class for the next semester, listening to her. And that's why I be messed up on, is listening to other people. And a lot of people don't have good intentions because they don't want to see your light. They don't want to see you grow. So I get tired of people talking about I'm not trying hard enough as well. Yeah, I just don't know the full story. But yes, the stud was crazy. But anyway, I wasn't trying to go off subject, but I was just saying that, these content creators and this and that as well. Because they telling people, oh, y'all need to go overseas and stuff, but they getting money from you all, and they using that money. Half of them didn't work. They're not going to tell you. Half of them, they may have did, but they was also begging for money, cash out, all of that. And they used it to go overseas and telling people, oh, well, y'all need to do this and that. Yeah, you was able to go overseas because you was using their money. These content creators don't care about you either. Oh, they giving us up. Yeah, they giving you update, but they also getting paid on here to give you guys update of what's going on. So they gotta keep pushing on YouTube because that's how they getting their money. Um, what else? Oh, so I looked at this other content creator, this lady. She was talking about why our celebrities are not speaking out about what's going on. Yes, you have Rosa O'Donnell. Um, who else it is? They was talking about. I think Merlin Steep or something like that. I read, and it was somebody else. And I also know they said Robert De Niro and Cardi B, and they don't. These black entertainers slash celebrities are not speaking out of what's going on, and they don't care. I don't know why y'all don't see the signs. If all celebrities are going making, not making, are trying to create a concert within the same year, you know something is wrong. I never seen these all these celebrities are going on tour. I never seen this in my life. Yes, I know when the pandemic, everybody wanted to bring people together and all of this, but now, no, they trying to get money so they can go overseas because they know what's going on. You see, Khalees, she got up and left, but they was doing her wrong in America anyway. They don't ask her to be a part of anything, but they use her music. I feel like the industry did blackball her, and they were saying that, oh, she's jealous of Beyonce. I said she is not jealous of Beyonce. Khalees is a beautiful woman, and she's thick. She's naturally thick. Khalees was small, but she got that industry because her ex-husband started putting his hands on her. She's like, oh no, we not finna go through. We not finna do this. And she got married quietly to somebody else, and he passed away. And then she did try to date a little bit. It just didn't work out. And then next thing you know, she just moved overseas. If they speak up, they stop their money. Yep. Well, that's why they should have money put up somewhere. You have to play smart. No, it's not about that, Earl. It's not about the money gonna stop. It's about them tapes that's gonna be out there because that's what everybody been talking about. Those tapes that they've been on. That's what that is. They don't want to get out, and they've been paying money to keep it secret because Diddy had everybody on tape. All I can say, it is what it is. Because God has seen what y'all did and how y'all treat people and how y'all act. Y'all not God. What, God of Satan? That's what that is. Y'all Satan people. That's what that is. That's why they not speaking out. But some people just didn't care. Now let me say this. Y'all can talk bad about Cardi B. I want to. I like Cardi B because she gonna speak up no matter what. Even though people bringing up her past, what she said, yes, she did say it. She did. She had to learn from it. And it don't surprise me because it's also how we treat one another too in the black community. Everybody want to be for black women, but why black women? Why we can't get along? Why we can't support one another? Oh, we can support one another while we twerk, drinking, and it's something else I can't think of. But that's how I see it because I am looking into it as a perspective of black women. But we can't tell each other, hey, you look nice, you're pretty, I'm gonna support your business. Um, I like to understand your perspective on this. We just don't like one another. And the same way with black men. They don't like black women. They have that hatred. They think that they better. They feel like, oh well, if I have money I can get this white woman or whatever. And they don't want y'all either. I don't know why people just don't understand. I hope this is a wake up call to let y'all know most of these people from different races don't really want you like that. That's some, but this guy made a point. I be watching all kind of stuff. My YouTube is like my history channel. I don't do just makeup. I also go into a deeper level of conversation that people don't want to talk about and is afraid to talk about. And they were saying that the biggest couple is interracial marriage, which is a black woman dating a white man or a white woman dating a black man, reverse, whatever. And they just say that do they really love them or can they have a conversation with them about certain topics because they feel like interracial marriage is just a fetish. That can be true, but I don't think it's all the way true. I think it can be for some people. It is a fetish, and sometimes that when you talk about that's why you're supposed to know a person not just by their looks but also their intelligence. Have a conversation about something if they really understand your culture or they really want to be intrigued and understand. Not when people think that they have a opinion of somebody else's race because of their family, because of their ignorance. Um, I just feel it in that state of form that you have to know people. And it's not everybody. But for some, I can say it is just a fetish. Because you also have to think about, okay, y'all clash, get in an argument. He might call you an in, or she might call you an in, and, you know, bees and all that kind of stuff, right? And you just wonder, like, what is it? Is there really love out there? I know a lot of people not like that, but it's just a lot of people get with the wrong people to feel validation. And I know, especially black women, we don't want to feel alone or be alone, but we have to act masculine because to protect us feminine, because we don't have men to protect us like that. A lot of, black men, not all, but they don't stand up for women. They laugh, think stuff is funny. And I can say this because I have seen it. And it's around me. Black men do not want to protect black women. And that's why they feel black women don't want to date their own race because they feel like they're not respectful. They don't want to open car doors. Um, they don't want to have like conversations. They just want to drink, smoke, lay up, and repeat the same cycle. And then most of the time, men also want to put their hands on you. And you try to help people, you know, but at the same time, you can't. So, I understand that part, but everybody's not the same. But it's turning out that way because we looking at each other differently. We don't know how to speak to one another, and we get jealous of one another quickly without getting to know the person. You don't know somebody's background, and we treat each other like slaves. It is the truth. People don't want to hear it or listen to it, but we treat one another like slaves, especially with these jobs, fast food. And I just be grateful to see our kind. But the thing is, when you work at fast food places, don't be looking like, I don't, how I can say this, don't be looking a hot mess. Look decent. You still can look cute and work at a fast food. That's a representation. That's still a job. Even though it's not corporate, it's a job getting you ready for the next life. Or it's just showing you in general to help people. Don't have your hair green and purple and pink. No, that's not a place. You're not a model. You're not an artist. That's not a place. If you're not modeling and you're not an artist, don't wear different color hair to these jobs. Like I tell y'all, stop trying to look for validation with these celebrities because they don't care about you either. But the jobs are important because you never know. You know, I don't care if it's something small. And I know for a fact the dating too. You just have to be careful who you date and also just be aware because we are sexualized on in this country and everywhere else we are sexualized. And that's how they see us, unfortunately. Like I like Megan Thee Stallion, right? But I feel like the industry over sexualized her. And then you get tired of that because she's a pretty woman. She's a beautiful woman. But I'm tired of her checking her butt or seeing her cheeks. You can still be a hot girl coach without doing all that. And that's what they see black females all about, are sexualized tools. And that's why they don't really take us seriously. And yes, we know other races copy, but we are the propaganda for everything. And that's the honest truth. We are the propaganda for everything on this earth. Whether people don't like us, whatever the case may be, and we don't like each other, but black women are the propaganda. So, but I hope everybody just is trying at least to wake up and see the pattern of of how they see us. We are just mostly a sex slave. And start looking up to these celebrities. Please stop. They have issues, and they disrespectful. They don't. I'm just saying. I don't care. People trying to put these celebrities on a pedestal, or oh well, this and that, and no. And um, Cardi B, I like her. I'm not trying to put them on a pedestal. I just like her because she speak up. Yes, and she admit her wrongs. Most of these celebrities won't do that. And she also speaking about how people supposed to eat. And people talking about her, oh, she giving out free tickets to her concert. Yeah, because people don't have nowhere to go. All this stuff going on. It's not about Nicki Minaj out selling her and this and that. These people are going homeless. So she doing stuff from the kindness of her heart. She know how it is. She been out there in the streets. She know. And all these content creators going back and forth, and just like, why y'all can't squash that? Why y'all hate that woman? Why y'all can't actually sit down, have a conversation, and just say, hey, Cardi, I love you, and I just want to say that I felt in the past you made a post, and no, I'm not trying to um gather up on you. I'm just want to make this statement. um because I really like you because you speak out. And within the black community, we are not like that. Um, I know you probably been around people that probably were, but everyone is not like that. A roach or a monkey, whatever. But the thing is, how can we try to do that? We don't even respect one another. That's why I keep telling everybody. And people to my oh, because we black, and that don't make no difference. That don't even make sense to me. Because we black, like we can say that. So you're saying, oh, we can degrade one another. Oh, we can beat up on one another. That's what you're saying. I mean, I'm just the ignorance that I have heard on on YouTube from content creators. That don't make no sense. Nobody should be using those words, in my honest opinion. So stop. So stop trying to bring that woman down. Like I say, everybody have to grow up. Everybody have to learn. Cause ain't nobody better than one. I don't care how white you appear or whatever. It don't matter. Cause everybody act like I haven't been hurt, or I haven't went through the certain things y'all went through. Of course I have. That's why I come on here and speak about it. Cause it's the truth. Ain't nobody. It's just sad. And also, I want to say to the people in Jamaica, uh, prayers for you guys of what's going on. And it's really not a time of place. Nothing we can really do here because they taking everything away from us, and that's going to cause more distraction and everything else because these layoffs, they don't want to pay federal workers, cutting off food stamps, cut off Medicaid for people who in need it. How y'all think people supposed to go to work and pay for medical stuff or for their housing? I'm just being completely honest. How? Well, cause y'all don't care. That's what that is. Y'all don't care. Y'all always talking about, oh, for poor black people. No, it's white people too who's struggling. And then who they want to blame? Oh, the Democrats. It's them. How is it gonna be the Democrats? We don't have no control in anything. How? How is it gonna be the Democrats? And they all know they voted for that man. Them celebrities too. That's the ones that's not speaking. And they hog tail going overseas. And you know, a lot of people in the industry were telling y'all favorite celebrities are not who you think they are. And I believe it. Because these people are wicked. They're very evil. Everybody just wants to live this luxury lifestyle and have these young girlfriends. I'm talking about these men, the famous white men. Want to have these young girlfriends, want to control them, have them in a contract. And most of them like, oh no, I'm not finna go through this. You talk to me any kind of way, putting your hands on me. Mm-mm. And then most of them are racist, of course. That's why a lot of them stop acting because the racism, the SA, it's so much deeper. And that's why I said I really don't care about some of the celebrities here now because most of the celebrities that I did like there are deceased. And I felt like they mostly were the true heroes. And they're not here anymore. So it is what it is on that. You know. But it is what it is. But any questions for me before I go? Um, I just like once again I'm gonna say that I'm sorry for everybody that's going through a lot right now. Um, I just pray to everybody for their safety and just be careful because they already talking about the purge is gonna start Saturday, and I gotta work. Friday and Saturday I gotta work, and Friday is Halloween. We don't know what can take place on Friday, and we don't know what's gonna take place Saturday and after that. We just don't know. Um, but I just pray for everyone's safety, and yeah. So I really do wish everyone um, safety concerns and families. Just continue on praying, continue on doing what you can, save up. Um, it's just crazy out here. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Modest Transformation by Celeste, and also subscribe to my second channel, Celeste Reacts. And I do appreciate everyone that did come on this morning. And I wish you all the best and the best of luck. I love y'all genuinely. And this is my inspired Ashanti makeup look. So I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.